Suresh sir, can I share something?
Yes, ma'am. Up to that, you can share, ma'am. Please welcome. Can you introduce
Yeah,
yourself?
yeah. Many people they have started talking about how the parents are not spending the quality time, or else the government policy and other things. And in the risk factors or the identifying factors, we have seen that family history or the opportunities or whatever it is. Finally, it is like with this lockdown experience, as we all know, necessity is the mother of invention previously, which was told. Similarly, if the opportunity is cut down, now we have seen the behavior of the so-called addicts and also the abusers. With this, I just want to convey the impression that it's the opportunity that is giving this kind of leading to this kind of wills, and all the family history and other risk factors around can be diluted if the opportunity at the base level is taken care of. Thank you, sir.
Ma'am, can I ask something, Dr. Devika?
Sure.
No, till the resource person arrives.
Yeah, definitely.
What do you mean by the opportunities in the family?
Yeah, opportunities in the family. Most of the time, for any problem, starting from the tantrums of the child to addictions, abuse, whatever it is, we are coming up with universal explanation that parents are not spending quality time. But there are housewives. I can show you n number of cases where they are not doing any work, and they are giving enough focus on the child. They are sharing lot of love, but then the students are facing this kind of substance abuse and behavior problems and other things.
Resource person
Previously, the income levels of the parents are not to this extent. That is the reason why they have some limitations and they have some responsibilities. The generation today, from day one, is not having any kind of responsibility. Only they are well bothered about their rights and what they can get from the parents, or what is because of the impact of the Western culture. These are the child rights. The child should be treated like this. They should not be overburdened. There is no responsibility component or a participatory role of the child in the family. So the time that is available to the child, or the time at the disposal of the child, is so much that they are attracted towards all these kind of things, which we call as opportunities that are available around, in the name of technology, in the name of increased standard of living, in the name of rat race for earning money.
Okay, ma'am, I could not respond because
thank you, Devika ma'am. Thank you so much. We have the resource person with us right now. I think we can go ahead with the question and answer sessions. I think we have a question from Radha. Radha, are you there? Yes, Radha, please ask your question. Ma'am, you're not audible. Radha?
Winner, Raghuram was answering my question, I think.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Krishnan sir. Yes. Raghuram sir, please go ahead with the answer.
Oh, that same, that
Whitener thing, yes.
Definitely. So that's what, so 14 years of that boy, no, he ran away from the family, and it was found by the childline people. Then they have referred to the child welfare home. So they have started to educating. He doesn't want to go home back. So that time they have found that whenever that interval time or once the class gets finished, he used to go for the same where he was staying in the initially, like streets and all. So that time, because adolescents are very like risk taking and curiosity people, no. So it is very easily available. For example, white and all 5 rupees to 10 rupees maximum. So if they are using, no sir, now the study is telling that it is changing the brain structure of the adolescents. So as usual, so then we got the boy, we got admitted, because no attender is there. So we have admitted. So we are trying to explore all the past history, everything. So he was telling that the past history of child abuse, family conflicts, parental patterns, everything was there. So we have asked him to stay for at least 3 weeks. We have, first of all, we have biologically whatever the problems happen, we are trying to help with the medications. Then he started to joining in the group therapy. So initially he was having multiple substances. So day by day, once the tablet started, he was started to reducing the quantity of the substances. Now he is using cigarettes and horns, maybe like 2 to 3 per day, sir. Yeah, that is very difficult to handle the adolescent population sometimes without the parents, because there is always high risk in the community, especially peer pressure. So whatever the treatments we are giving 3 weeks, once he again going to the community, he will meet the same friends, same peer pressures. So they will challenge the person. If you want to continue my friendship, you should take this kind of substances. So again, they will started to using. So that is the practical difficulty, sir. But at least we are trying to reduce the quantity. We are trying to postpone the substance use. At least if he is maintaining 6 months substance, we are success. Because 100% success, we cannot expand the substance abuses.
Thank you so much, sir. We have a question from Rama ma'am. Rama ma'am, can you please go ahead?
Hello, sir. Thanks for the presentation. Sir, this whitener and all, adala school, it has been banned in many of the schools. Of late 6 months back, I had a child who started taking lead in the class.
Okay.
And she got addicted to it. I don't know, first time I heard, and she said, I said, do you take it from the pencil? She said, அது நல்லா இருக்காது, மண்ணு மாதிரி இருக்கும். Okay, she said, and the lead pencil போடுற lead தான். Okay, and she was taking that. And knowing this, another child who is addicted to Balpam asked this girl to buy and come. So in school days also, they have started consuming like this also. Does lead have a big impact, sir?
Exactly, ma'am. Because it is basically like a chemical only. It's a kind of chemical, ma'am. See, everything has its own consequences. Maybe based on the physiological conditions, we may not know now, but definitely it will create the impact on the physiological. Some substances. Yes, ma'am.
She was almost taking for 1 year, sir. And so I recommended the parents to TTK Alvarpet. But the parents never went for it. And I was only worried about it. Yes, sir. Continue.
Yes.
Continue, sir. You continue, sir.
I want to clarify, like this particular taking this lead or any substances like this, it is known as PICA. It is a disorder known as PICA. It has nothing to do with substance abuse. So that is, PICA is entirely different with substance abuse. I just wanted to clarify this. And we have a few questions in the chat, sir. I'll just go through that. One is from Dr. Chandra. Sir, panicking is the first feeling for most of us and we feel down, but how can we optimally react towards the affected in the first place? Like the panic. People who take substance abuse, they do have a sort of panic. Yeah. So how to react for that?
No, how to react as a substance use person or as a family member, right?
As a family member, like.
Okay.
I guess that's the, I think Dr. Chandra, if you are there, can you please clarify?
Dr. Veena, you're right. Yes. It is about how the person in the family will feel towards reacting to the affected person.
Yeah. It will be usually there will be a stages now. First of all, we won't believe that my son is consuming substances. So denial will be there. And then we are trying to find out the rationale. Why he is taking, what is the background, what he may have to do. Then we are trying to accept. Once accepted, then we are trying to help the persons. So first of all, we should be careful, especially nowadays we are getting the 6th standard student as using substances. So once they are crossing the primary schools, we should be more, especially parenting part, we should be more conscious that where the children is going, what is the school time, who all are the friends. So anything, something new, differently or abnormally the child is behaving. So once we find that, yeah, my son is taking, we should get the panic. That is normal parenting only. We have to get it, otherwise we are not a parents. Okay. So we will get it, but how I am going to help the children? Whether it's need a basic counseling or it needs a treatment that my son is needed, or just sharing the experiences will help my son to come outside. So that we need to do the assessment now. Based on that only we can help the boy or girl.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. We have a question from Kirtana. Sir, what are the challenges faced by you when handling a session with teenagers regards to substance abuse? What are the challenges faced by you?
Okay. So first of all, teenagers will ask first question as a therapist. Sir, you are having any substance use habit? When we are telling yes also problem, no also problem. So when we are telling yes means, sir, you yourself you are using, you are giving advice to me, they will tell. When you are saying no, sir, you should taste and give the counseling, sir. If you taste now, you are not coming out of. So that will be the first difficulties. Then second difficulties will be, they will tell all the positive sides of substances. Sir, if you have started cannabis now, sir, I am having the gang, 20 people will be there, sir. If I'm having any problem, they will come and help at any time, sir. Even my relations can't help, sir, but my friends will help, sir. So all these kind of positive experiences and all, they started to give. So that will be giving the pre-contemplation to accepting that substance is a problem. It's a very little difficult. But with examples, with the group therapy, with the individual counseling, we can change. It will take some time, but we can change.
Thank you, sir. We have a question from Madhavi ma'am. Madhavi ma'am, can you please go ahead?
Thank you for the informative session. Good evening, sir. Thank you for the informative session.
Thank
Sir,
you, ma'am.
I have a question. I mean, I had a client who was having a sleeping disorder from the childhood because of the parenting, lack of parenting, and emotional issue, emotional stress was there in the childhood. Over a period, he has developed blood pressure and all, and was having hardly 1 hour or 2 hours of sleep in the night. So later on, he was advised to take Ativan 2 mg. So he took for 10 years, wherein one day also, if he is missing, he was not getting the sleep. Do you think that any changes happens in the psychological or emotional state of mind?
It will be there, ma'am. For example, if I'm using 10 years of substance to get my sleep, okay, no? So it
Yes.
has say I started to believe that without this tablet, I won't get sleep. That
Yes.
will be first psychological changes. Then second one, every day whenever I am having that kind of tablet, I am remembering my parents. Because of my parents only, I am started to using this tablet now for sleeping. So my parenting is not good. So they are the responsible for my health issues. So that kind of psychological changes will be there. Then physically, 10 years of sleeping pills, it will be definitely, it will change our biological system. So what we can give as an intervention, so they try to supplement with some other medications. For example, instead of this one, we are giving this one for your sleep. So once it is fixed, we are stopping by reducing the mg levels. Then we will stop on a particular time.
Earlier, it was actually 1 mg, but he went to doctor, and doctor he shared with doctor that he is not getting even 2.5 hours of sleep. So they have increased the dosage, sir, to 2 mg.
Mm-hmm.
So when it is increased by the doctor, like it is a challenge for the person who is taking for the, I mean, who is giving the intervention.
Yeah, that
And
will be there.
Is like violence will be more or aggression will be more due to this tablet, sir?
We cannot tell exactly, ma'am. It is again based on the individual personality, ma'am. See, some people, we get the two people, ma'am, same family. So elder son, both actually father is drinking, consuming alcohol for 15 years.
Okay.
So elder son never taken any substances. So he was telling that because of my father, I learned that I should not take any substances. So younger son is telling oppositely that I'm learning all the substances because of my father only. So in the same family, two different personalities.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. We have a question. I think it's about when you talked about addiction, all sorts of addictions have to be answered by you, sir. Um, as internet addiction is also a part of mental disorder by ICD. This is from Teresa Jua. Sir, kindly give suggestions for some parents who are addicted to mobiles. It also affects the day-to-day activities of them. So.
Okay. That's what, ma'am. Like, see, we cannot give any one intervention so that parents can be away from the phone and all. We cannot tell. We need to assess how long they are using, how it is affected their family system, their individual system, work system. We need to assess so that we can educate the parents that if you are continuing, what will be happening. One thing, whether they wanted to reduce the phone using time. If they are wanted, they don't know how to use, then we can. For example, every Friday, many of the culture we used to maintain the fasting from the food. Now, what the experts are telling, internet for 1 hour. Okay, so that will be creating the more impact. That is also we can tell intervention. Then many of the time, if I'm having WhatsApp now, so if I'm hearing any beep sound, I need to go and check the WhatsApp. Otherwise, I'm getting the panic. I'm unsafe. So for that, you just put it silent mode for 1 hour. You can keep the mobile, but don't look the screen. Okay. So that is also we can give the behavior. It's called as a behavioral addictions. So we can give the therapy based on that how they learn. So what is mobile is giving exactly, whether alternative can be given for the same mobile. So that kind of things we can suggest also, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir. We have a question from Nirja. Like now, a few kids, they smell the Fevicol to have that high. And are there any centers other than TTK? I don't know, Nirja ma'am, if Raghuram sir could answer this question as he is from Bangalore. Sir,
Yeah.
if you are aware of any other de-addiction centers in Chennai, would you like to recommend?
See, as a professional, we should not recommend because no, even we should not use the name of the agencies also. Because as a see, as a counseling, what we are telling this is the
Refer. Rather, I refrain my question. It's not a recommend. Refer.
Yeah, refer.
Yes.
okay. So it is like I am not sure. I don't know any connection
Yeah,
to Chennai.
that's what. That's what. Nirja ma'am, probably we will get it. I mean, we would send a few referrals.
Okay,
Of
thanks.
places. Yeah, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yes.
And
Yes.
one more thing I've asked.
Yes. Ma'am,
Yeah,
go ahead.
how to help children who are having the habit of sniffing that. Usually they put the Fevicol in a plastic bag and pour water and just shake it out and they smell that effervescence. And they get into that thing of euphoria. They start to laugh without any control. I've seen children. So how are we to help them? So it would be enlightened if sir would help us in that aspect.
Now
Leave
I
the
come to know that
substances,
I'm
ma'am.
addicted to
See,
Vagina.
it is based on the gender, based on the age, based on the background. Also, we can tell. It may be physical, it may be weight, something, ma'am. So first of all, we need to ask what you are getting from this kind of ethical. So what made you to take? So if you're continuing, what will be happen to you? So will it affect your body or mentally you will get any affected? Because many of the adolescents, without knowing the consequences itself, they are taking. Because my friend is taking, so I am taking, sir. Even when we are conducting the group therapy with the patients 10 or 11, when is your first intake of alcohol with what situations? Just they will say commonly, Macha, ore time adida. That is the same sentence used by the many of the people. So that is peer pressure. So that one sentence changes the whole life. So that's what we need to assess, ma'am. As a parent, as a teacher, we should spend extra time with them. We need to ask what they are getting exactly, what kind of pleasures. So if this pleasure should be continuously, we'll get it. So how will it will affect your family, your personal and the education, all these things?
The pathetic part is these children are below 12 and 10 years. So I want to know whether the attachment theory is having, you can expand about the attachment theory and link with substance abuse. I think it would be given awareness for every one of us, so that the importance of parenting and for the teachers and caretakers to motivate and help these children out of it.
Yeah.
So if you enlighten it, it would be of great help, sir. Thank you. It was a wonderful session.
Thank you.
See, regarding this, de-addiction centers in Chennai, I think, to start a de-addiction center itself, there are some norms are given, and which has to be, those things have to be followed strictly. But there have been de-addiction centers have been mushrooming. People who have recovered from their addiction, they have started. This is what happening, which I had also visited 3 or 4 de-addiction centers, but I was really by seeing those, I was not sure whether they are really approved and followed the norms have been strictly to be followed. So I'm not sure of it. I think one has to look for a de-addiction center. They have to check those things. And I would like to introduce, there is some expert from TTK is also here. I think, she can also show some, throw some knowledge on that. She is there, Nima Matthew. I think, I'm unmuting her. Nima, please.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, Nima, share your.
Hello, sir. Yeah. Good evening, everybody. Actually, it's a very good presentation. Somebody has asked that whether it's attachment theory or something else. First, we have to understand that addiction is a disease. I don't know if people are aware about that. Addiction is a disease. Why we call it as disease? Disease means like, because see, for a person, there is 5 important areas are there, like health, family, work, finance, and reputation in the society. If any one of this is affected due to the substance, and in spite of that, if somebody is taking addiction or taking substance again and again, they are called as a person who has a addiction problem. And regarding this treatment center, we have to understand, see, as Krishan sir was saying that many de-addiction center are started up. Of course, first we have to understand it's a disease. It's need a counseling help and the therapeutic help for the client. It's like CBT or like that kind of counseling should be given to the persons. First thing is they have to understand it's a disease more than anything else. So it needs a medication as well as the therapeutic support. Counseling support is needed to overcome all this problem. It's involved the family. It's we have to see where the problem has started. It's because of his is because somewhere he is lacking in handling some issues, or other than that he has some other problem with the family. First we have to identify that also. It's simultaneously we have to work with the person having a disease. First we have to make the person to understand that it is a disease, and we have to tell them that they cannot control, the craving will be there and continuous usage will be there. These 3 C's are there. So we have to make the person to aware of that. Then only they will understand that it is a disease more than anything else. So first thing is we have to give the awareness to the person, and then we have to work with the family also with all these problems. it's simultaneously it should be work to come out of these things. So if you're going to see other centers, they are not aware of these things, and they will just take some notes and they will talk about something, and they will just keep them for in few centers I have heard that they are keeping the clients for 3 months and even for a 1 year. That is not a sobriety at all. So we have to work with the client with their problem, and the client should be aware of that, and we have to motivate them to the AA meetings. So with this support only you can come out of these problems.
Niba, also, can you explain the norms to, which the de-addiction centers have to follow? Because that is what the main issue which I have seen in Chennai. So if you could explain about what are the norms or who are the authority, UN or whatever, I don't know. So you can probably give a light on that.
I think everyone can give an answer for that.
Hello? Hello?
Yes, yes. Proceed.
Yes, sir. What you were saying?
Nima, can you enlighten about the norms to have a de-addiction center? If you are having a de-addiction center, what are the norms and who is the authority who assigns you to have the de-addiction center, and what are the criteria? Can you enlighten us about that? Because nowadays we see a lot of de-addiction centers mushrooming in without following the stipulated norms and criteria. So
Yeah.
can you enlighten us about those norms?
See, they should see there is a thing like central government thing, narcotic board also there. See, we have to get a permission from them. Hello?
I think Nima? Krishnan sir, can I say a few things about this? And Raghuram sir, if I'm permitted, can I say, if I'm wrong, please correct me. I think when you are having a de-addiction center, it's you have to get the approval from the narcotic board, as Nima emphasized. You should have a psychiatrist as well as a counselor round the clock who can take care of that. I mean, they'll have a visiting counselor in most of the de-addiction centers, but a counselor should be there round the clock. Counselor or psychologist. And on NEMAs, I want to emphasize, like she said about the therapeutics, the main problem will be with sticking to the treatment aspect. Of the people, they come to the de-addiction center, they don't stick to the treatment. So
Hello?
motivation. Yes, Nima.
You're able to hear me? Yeah.
Yes.
See, I was hearing you. See,
Yeah.
as you said, like, when it comes to addiction, we have a lot of like, nowadays we are getting a lot of newses in the newspaper regarding the withdrawals and all. See, they will start to develop a dependency physically and psychologically. So when they, if the person want to stop also, they cannot stop because of the withdrawals. For example, like tremors or lack of sleep or severe craving. Sometimes even the depression goes in a peak. So these withdrawals should be handled by the medical profession in the first stage. So this withdrawal has to be handled in a setup. So you need a medical setup with doctors and nurses with psychiatric help to handle all these things. Once the withdrawals is settled down one day, you can just go next level to the psychotherapies. For example, classes, taking classes to make them aware of these things, and working on the counseling thing and all is happen once this medical help has given to them. Once the patient is after overcoming this withdrawals only, they can go for the therapeutic approach. So it should be a teamwork where there should be a medical profession, psychiatrist and counselor. It can be a medical social worker or it can be a psychologist where they can work with the clients.
Yeah, thank you so much, Neema. We have a question from Saujanya ma'am. She has been waiting for a long time, I think. So, Saujanya ma'am, are you there? Okay, I'll read the question, Raghuram sir, on behalf of Saujanya ma'am. Oh my God, yes.
Ma'am.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, I'll say. Yeah, what was my question? Yeah. Your presentation was excellent, sir, and I could understand all the different stages of this addiction, how it leads to addiction. But I have one main question is, nowadays children are so intelligent that how do we bring them to the my first question is, how do we bring them to the de-addiction center if they are unwilling to come for treatment? Because they're always in the denial mode. Second question is, they try to they try to cheat the parents, saying that I'm not consuming, or intermittently they try to take the substances, showing that they're balanced, they're calm, composed, and they're functional. But one fine day, there will be an outburst of the aggressive symptoms. So these are my two questions, sir. How to handle them or bring them to the de-addiction?
Okay. This is also one kind of practical difficulties, madam, we used to face, because many of the times OPD, we will get the patient's wife and the mother and mother-in-law, everybody will come except patients. Yes. So they will come, sir, how we can bring the patient to the OPD, sir? They are not coming. He's not at all accepting that alcohol is a problem. Yes. So professionally, what we can tell you, just to bring the patient, that we can do some tests. In the OPD itself, we can screening some of the tests. Some kind of test like COVID-19. We have some kind of tests. It will tell that how much alcohol content in your body, or what are the substances, multi-substances kit will be there. So we can tell that this is what your substances, because that is the difference between the private de-addiction center and the government de-addiction center. Okay. In the private de-addiction center, if I'm calling, if for example my father is drinking 24/7, so if I'm calling the private hospital setting, they will come in with a Omni van, they will pick up my father, they will get signed from me, then they will keep it in for 3 months. Yeah. That is forceful treatment.
Forceful treatment. Yes.
That also sometimes works.
Yeah.
Like how marriage works, no? Like that, this also sometimes works. So sometimes patients won't say that out of 190%, they won't say that alcohol is not my problem, sir. Whenever I want to stop, I can stop. This is, I came here for OPD, that's my wife is forcing me. I don't have any problem, you can do any test and all.
Yes.
Okay. So the one more thing, that legally Mental Health Care Bill Act is saying that without patient's consent, we are not supposed to admit the patient also.
Yes.
Legally. So that kind of patients, we will give the brief intervention. That concept is called frames. Acronym is frame. First one is we are giving the feedback. So how you are already affected, your family, your individual, physically, psychologically. F for feedback.
Okay.
Or for responsibility. I think responsibility. So how you are responsible, if you are taking, how it will affect your responsibility. A for advice. Okay. M for menu. So we are giving the various choices, except these substances. What are the other choices available in the community? You can get it.
Okay.
E for empathy. But we are putting that we can, in Tamil we can give the example that empathy means nee pudiyanga saapta en vaayila ethi varunu adha empathy nu solvaanga. So like that, that is the empathy. Then self-efficacy, like yeah, maybe admin can tell in English, I think. Okay, so in that way we can. Okay, in English I'm trying.
Yes.
So this, so this is how, if he is not motivated also, if you are having this, according to you, this is not a problem. So according to professionally, we are considering it is as a problem. If it continues, what will happen within 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years? We also tell that your family is willing to admit you just for
Yeah.
treatment purposes. So what is
Okay.
your opinion? So like we will tell the positives of getting admitted. It is a kind of like a two-wheeler. We are monthly, like 6 months once we are servicing the two-wheeler. No, like that we are doing the services for your physical body. If you want, you can admit it. Yeah, we won't chain you. We won't give the electric shock and all. Just a kind of your guest house only. You can stay and take the treatment.
Yes.
So all these kind of things we can tell.
Sir, I want to share a
Yes.
case, sir.
No,
that
ma'am, we are running out of time.
yeah, yeah.
We
Okay,
have
okay,
another
okay.
question. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sir, it's
Thank you, sir.
from, yeah, thank you. It's from Payal Gupta. It's about the hookahs, different types of hookahs. I don't know if you have the time to answer now. I think you can answer in WhatsApp or through mail.
Yeah.
You can go ahead answering, sir, but time is very limited.
Yeah. So
Types of
in
hookah,
the,
flavored hookahs.
sorry, ma'am.
About flavored hookah, the
Contact.
different types of hookahs people use. Yeah.
Yeah. Especially you can see once you cross the Tamil Nadu, you can see wherever that, especially by train and all, you can see all these kinds of stuff. See, again, I'm telling substance, you can classify that substances and all. You leave the substances. So we can, based on the patient's motivations, we can help. So we have 5 stages, usually we will tell. So first one is pre-contemplation, which means that patient is telling, don't have any addiction, I don't have any problem. Here we are motivating to accepting that you are having some problem. So in the contemplation, he will like double mind. Sir, I'm using, but it's not a problem. But I may have a problem. That is next level. Then next level accepting. Yeah, sir, I'm having problem. I want the treatment. And next level preparation. Yes, sir, I will take your treatment, sir. Then after taking the treatment, he will be maintaining the abstinence. So based on the abstinence, once abstinence is maintained, then it may be relapse, it may be continuing abstinence. So we are assessing in the which stage patient is exactly, whether he is not accepting that problem, whether he is accepting but he doesn't know how to live. So based on that motivation level, we can help. It may be any kind of substances.
Thank you, sir. Suresh Kumar sir, please give
Yes,
vote of thanks.
yes,
We are running out of time.
Brother, it is an amazing presentation. I can say that it is a wonderful presentation. Need of hour also. I think you have done an amazing job. And even question and answer session also I enjoyed a lot, especially Tamarin pulling us up with amazing. Thank you so much for accepting.